The most terrifying truth found on Mars isn't the remnants of alien life or mysterious pyramids. It's a mirror reflecting humanity's future. This blood-red planet was once almost identical to Earth, with blue oceans and a warm climate. It likely harbored life. But in just 500 million years, Mars fell from paradise to hell, becoming a completely dead planet. Even scarier, scientists found, through data from probes, that Mars's demise is repeating on Earth. It serves as a warning. In year RE, when Zhu Ronghao left the first Chinese rover tracks on Mars, the photos shocked everyone. Those dried riverbeds, eroded canyons, and torn crust silently tell the story of how a planet suffocated in the cosmos. This process might be Earth's future prophecy. But Mars's death was not an overnight tragedy. Everything Mars had 3.6 billion years ago is almost unbelievable. Back then, Mars's sky wasn't the eerie orange-red we see today, but a clear blue. A thick atmosphere enveloped the planet, with pressure half that of Earth, allowing liquid water to flow freely on the surface. Even more shocking is, scientists found, through analyzing Martian meteorites, that Mars once had a magnetic field, about 20% as strong as Earth's. It acted like a giant blocking deadly solar storms. The surface temperature on Mars fluctuated between -20 and +20 degrees Celsius. In the equatorial region, you could stroll in a t-shirt, but one day, 3.2 billion years ago, disaster struck without warning. The rivers on Mars began to cool rapidly, and the molten iron gradually solidified. Without the convection of liquid iron, the magnetic field collapsed in just a few million years. The moment it lost its magnetic protection, Mars became like a warrior stripped of armor, directly exposed to relentless solar winds. Every second, vast amounts of atmospheric molecules were torn away by the solar wind, layer by layer, like peeling an onion, drifting into the dark void of space. The Mayroon probe from NASA discovered that, even today, Mars loses 100 grams of atmospheric material every second. That might not sound like much, but over billions of years, it's a catastrophic loss. When the atmospheric pressure drops below a critical point, all lakes evaporate or freeze within decades, and rivers completely dry up in a century. The moment the last drop of liquid water vanished from the surface, the fate of Martian life was sealed. And the more terrifying truth is, such a tragedy might be brewing on Earth. Scientists have discovered through global magnetic field monitoring stations that the Earth's magnetic field strength has shown a clear downward trend over the past 180 years. In the South Atlantic, there's an area known as the magnetic anomaly zone, where the magnetic field strength is only 60% of normal. This weak magnetic area is expanding at a rate of 20 kilometers per year. Satellites flying over this region frequently malfunction. When the International Space Station passes through, astronauts experience a surge in radiation exposure. Even more concerning, the Earth's magnetic field fully reverses, approximately every 200,000 to 300,000 years. The last reversal occurred 780,000 years ago. By that cycle, the next reversal is overdue. But just as humanity is shocked by Mars' demise, Perseverance sent back a discovery that sent the global scientific community into a frenzy. In the Jezero crater, a rock sample named Sapphire Canyon revealed strange colored spots. Further, spectral analysis showed that these spots contain two key minerals. On Earth, blue iron ore and orpiment. These minerals almost always appear together. In places with microbial activity, blue iron ore typically forms during the decomposition of organic matter, while orpiment is more unique. It's a metabolic product of certain anaerobic microbes. Scientists conducted a detailed analysis of this rock and found no signs of high temperatures or strong acidic environments. This means these minerals are likely traces of microbial activity, and this rock is about 10 billion years old. That's much later than scientists thought. Mars life went extinct. Even more shocking news came in July 2018. The European Space Agency's Mars Express detected a massive liquid water lake. About 1.5 kilometers beneath Mars' south pole, stretching around 20 kilometers long, roughly the size of 100 football fields. This isn't ice, it's real liquid water. Scientists believe this underground lake contains a lot of perchlorates, allowing brine to stay liquid at -70 degrees. By Arling Arsid, scientists discovered 3 more similar underground lakes, suggesting there might be a complete underground water system on Mars. If there's really life there, it could have survived in the dark for billions of years, waiting for humans to find it. These discoveries make Mars the top choice for human interstellar colonization. But why not the closer Moon, or Venus, which also has an atmosphere? The answer lies in the details. The Moon has no atmosphere, no liquid water, and temperature swings of 300 degrees make it unfit for long-term habitation, while Venus has a thick atmosphere. But the surface temperature reaches 463 degrees Celsius. The atmospheric pressure is 92 times that of Earth. That's like being 900 meters underwater. Any human-made device would get crushed in hours. Corrosion is only found on Mars. It's perfectly balanced. A day on Mars is called a sol. It lasts in little hours. That's just 36 minutes longer than a day on Earth. This means humans won't need to completely reset their biological clocks. Mars has a tilt of 25.19 degrees, almost the same as Earth's 23.5 degrees. So, Mars experiences seasons too. Although a year is 687 Earth days, at least it won't have eternal daylight or darkness. The key is, Mars is in the habitable zone of the solar system. During the day, temperatures can reach 20 degrees Celsius. At night, it can drop to -60 degrees. Since but that temperature difference is manageable, humans have launched 50 probes to Mars. The success rate is under 40%, but each mission gathers crucial data for Mars colonization. In April 2021, the Perseverance rover's MOXIE experiment successfully extracted oxygen from the Martian atmosphere for the first time. This 60-kilogram device uses 96% carbon dioxide in the Martian air to produce 12 grams of over 98% pure oxygen per hour through high-temperature electrolysis. Don't underestimate those 12 grams. That's about how much oxygen an adult needs each hour. The InSight lander has discovered liquid water beneath Mars' crust. If released, it could cover the entire surface of Mars to a depth of 1.6 kilometers. That's enough for millions to use. But colonizing Mars isn't just a quick trip. It's a life or death challenge. First, there's the travel time. A trip to Mars takes 6 to 9 months, including the return. The whole mission lasts up to 900 days. That means you'll be stuck in a spacecraft of just a few dozen square meters for 2.5 years. It's worse than prison. Then there's the radiation issue. Mars lacks a magnetic field. Surface radiation is 20 to 40 times that of Earth. Spending 6 months on Mars, you'd absorb a radiation dose equivalent to 1,800 to 3,000 X-rays. Mars' gravity is only 38% of Earth's. After a year in such low gravity, bones could lose 10% to 20% of their calcium. Muscle mass might shrink by 20% to 30%. You might not even be able to stand when you return. The scariest threat on Mars is the massive dust storms that engulf the planet. Mars' atmosphere is too thin to effectively conduct heat, causing extreme temperature differences between the surface and the upper atmosphere. This temperature difference creates winds that can reach 100 kilometers per hour. Even worse, with Mars' gravity at just 1/3 of Earth's, the dust can stay suspended for months. This leads to dust storms that can last for months. It even covered the entire planet. June 2018, a massive dust storm swept across Mars. The Opportunity rover's solar panels were buried under thick dust. Sunlight was reduced by 96%. After 15 years of operation, it fell into eternal sleep on Mars. Its last message to humanity was, "It's getting dark. My battery is running low." Our Zhurong rover also went into hibernation in 2022 due to dust covering its solar panels. It hasn't been awakened since. But even in the face of these deadly threats, humanity hasn't given up. Because Colonizing Mars isn't just about escaping Earth's disasters. It's about the long-term survival of human civilization. Over the past 4.6 billion years, Earth has faced 5 mass extinctions. The most recent was 66 million years ago, caused by an asteroid impact that led to the extinction of the dinosaurs. Scientists estimate that an asteroid over 10 kilometers wide hits Earth roughly every 100 million years. Besides asteroids, there are supervolcanic eruptions, supernova explosions, gamma-ray bursts, and countless other potential threats. Any one of these events could wipe out human civilization. Perhaps in the near future, when the first humans establish a base on Mars, plant the first seed, and breathe the oxygen they produce, they'll look up at that blue planet in the night sky and realize humanity finally free from being stuck on just one planet. Our journey leads to the stars and the sea. Mars is just the first stop on this epic adventure.